of Road Transport and Highways. So we straightway start with the launching of this through a video clipping. So Parth, can you
No problem.
facilitate that?
No problem. Okay, start it.
Hello, Parth.
Yes.
I want to see Honorable Minister.
Play.
I got it.
Thank you very much, sir. Good morning, namaskar to all the august participants in this special web conference being jointly organized by Ministry of Road Transport and Highways and UNDP for this awareness camp and this to celebrate this World Environment Day with difference. Actually, I really wonder sometimes whether we should have one annual Environment Day or we should have every day as Environment Day. An environment as an undercurrent of all our activities. And apologies for I may not be the most appropriate person for the moderation of this event, but I could not resist myself from myself from the this event. I think is a visionary, iconic person, and sir, it working with you has been a very lifetime achievement for me, and it has been wonderful. So I feel privileged to anchor this event in the presence of our minister, this iconic personality, and as you know, this 2020 Environment Day is a special, has some special features. We have been facing the challenges of Corona, COVID-19, these locusts, and this pandemic of cyclones. All these events, this series of events, send us a message and a lesson. The message is of wholeness. That wholeness we have to the in totality, we have to live in totality, we have to live with the nature, we have to live in harmony, in coexistence, and we have to take care of all to save ourselves. That's the message, and the lesson is that a holosynotic nature of environment. The nature is woven with all the ingredients. We cannot ignore any ingredient from our environment. That is called as holosynotic nature of the environment. I welcome all the participants in this event, and we'll have a discussion. We'll have this on the this campaign, this the joint event being taken up by Road Transport and Highways for the to this mitigate or to stop to prevent the mortality of animals, the wildlife, and human along the road the highways. And the presence of the minister is a special significance for us because the subject is very close to his heart. And let me share with you that he looks at the road as an ecosystem. I have always many times listened to him. He looks at the road as an ecosystem and with an integrated holistic approach. On one hand, he has ambitious goal of having say the construction of road on a rapid pace from 10 kilometers to 14 kilometers, and at the same time he is concerned about the environmental dimensions of the road, like road safety. Road safety means not safety of roads, but safety of the human being, domestic animals, and the wildlife on the road, along the road. And also the greening part, the plantation, and he considers the green corridor, not just plantation. So green corridor along the national park. So he considers is an ecosystem and with an holistic integrated approach with the ecology as a road ecology. And just to give you a background of this whole this event and where we are today, हम लोगों ने अभी देखा था कि कुछ वीडियोस वेबसाइट पे आ रहे थे, इंटरनेट पे आ रहे थे कि कुछ एनिमल्स जो चाहे पूरे दुनिया में विभिन्न शहरों में जंगल के पास, गांवों के पास जो आ रहे थे कि जो है आपका जो से एनिमल्स है जो वो सड़कों पे आ रहे हैं, चाहे बड़े एनिमल्स हैं, राइनोस हैं, एलिफेंट्स हैं, या छोटे एनिमल्स हैं, इंसेक्ट्स है, हम इवन स्नेक्स, मोर वगैरह वो आ रहे थे। ऐसा लग रहा था कि ये अपने पुराने निश में आ रहे हैं। देयर इज अ वर्ल्ड कॉल्ड निश, इकोलॉजिकल निश। तो वो अपने पुराने जगह में आ रहे थे और वो उसी जगह में अभी घूमने फिरने लगे जो पहले उनका हुआ करता। तो अब ये मुद्दा आया कि अगर ये फिर से जब ये लॉकडाउन खत्म होगा, पोस्ट लॉकडाउन में देयर विल बी ए सडन अपसर्ज ऑफ द बार्डिक प्रेशर ऑफ these vehicles। तो ये इनका जो है किस तरह से जो फेज आउट होगा, अचानक ये आएंगे तो दे विल बी कंफ्यूज, द एनिमल्स, इवन द ह्यूमन बीइंग्स, दे विल बी कंफ्यूज। तो हाउ कैन यू फेज आउट टू and mitigate and reduce the potential threat because of this sudden upsurge of the this vehicles। तो इसलिए UNDP has taken up this campaign, awareness campaign, so to generate awareness among the people about the domestic animals, about the wildlife, about the human beings. And now we have to integrate. Moth is already in the process of integration. How to integrate this road transport, this economic growth, the wildlife conservation. So this is the challenge, how to integrate. And for that, we have to work in tandem. The ministry, the government, and UNDP has taken a lead in that. So we have to work together to resolve these issues. And Ministry of Road Transport has already taken certain initiatives, have been working in this field, like wildlife corridors, underpasses, overpasses, and the speed breakers, and the signages, all these things they have been doing. And these efforts have to be streamlined, and they have to be converged so that we can achieve the target, the mandate of our sustainable development goals through the road transport and highways. And UNDP has developed long-term awareness camp to reduce potential threat to animals and human beings along the highways due to sudden upsurge. So I'll just read out what are the activities it is proposed to be undertaken, like communication tools and media. We have animated videos. The mode of circulation will be national TV channels, internet displays along major roads and highways. Then radio jingles, all India radio stations across the country can be extended to private channels. Then illustrated posters, toll plazas, driving training schools, offices, and educational institutions. And then car, truck, bumper, stickers with clarity, catchy slogans through commercial and private vehicles. And then social media posts, tweets through government and in UNDP social media bundles. So the roles and responsibilities of UNDP include design all components of campaign, dissemination of campaign on UNDP's social media handles, and then liaise with private TV, FM channel for airplay, coordinate with Ministry of Environment, Forest and more for circulation of campaign through their channels, integrate road safety aspects in existing UNDP projects, then articles, blogs about the campaign on UNDP national and global platforms. And then expectations from MOD to take it forward, to make it to make the implementation effective are as follows: launch of campaign by Honorable Minister, as we have done today. Then dissemination and outreach of the awareness material, assistance in airplay on TV and radio, display physical digital posters in toll plazas, other prominent display and hoardings, circulation of awareness material across social media. So these are the activities which will be undertaken to under this awareness campaign. So just based on my experience, little experience, I'll just suggest UNDP to take up these three submissions. Number one, the baseline data for the casualties of animals and humans along roads. We have a lot of statistics, like say around 5 to 6 lakhs accidents are there, but we don't have exact database, baseline data for the casualty accidents, casualties of the domestic animals, wild animals, and the human beings, the injuries and the casualties. So maybe UNDP can consider along with this campaign to collect this baseline data. And then also one issue, that properly designed green corridors can prevent and mitigate the impacts of accidents. That may be considered. This we have developed this booklet, plantation as a tool for road safety. So plantation, the green corridors can be a road safety measure tool. And then convergence of similar efforts made by other organizations like World Bank, WII, those can also be taken into consideration. So basically, initially I wanted to share all these points, and now I'll request Shoko Nada, Ms. Shoko Nada, resident representative of UNDP, to share her ideas and thoughts on this occasion.
Thank you. First, let me thank our Honorable Minister for Road and Transportation and Highway, Sriniti Gadkari, and our respective dignitaries from the Ministry, NHAI, and NHI DCL for making me and UNDP part of the World Environment Day celebration. So happy Environment Celebration, happy day to all of you. At the outset, I would like to really congratulate the Honorable Minister and the Ministry for your tireless work during this pandemic in ensuring that countries' road networks maintain the supply of essential services and economic activities, while rail and air transport was completely stopped in the initial stages of lockdown. Despite pandemic, the lockdown, and having such busy schedule, the fact that all of you, especially Honorable Minister, you have gathered here for this campaign launch gives me a very strong sense of hope. For the last few months, we have experienced, of course, the COVID, the pandemic, and then also already seeing the two super cyclones raging through this country. And these are, for us, a stark reminder that our life is a part of the bigger environment and how all our lives are really connected with the nature. So with the lockdown being slowly lifted, I hope that we strive to build back better for people and planet and celebrating our most precious resources, our environment. I'm an animal lover. So whenever I see those videos where those animals are coming out of the bush and being on the highway, on the city streets, on the park, that gives me that lifts my feeling and in my heart. It also, I'm sure, has restored our faith in the healing power of nature. But while all of us have been appreciating the welcome change, there are other interesting things that changed for better. Due to the lockdown in the last few months, our road and railways have seen a significant drop in traffic and road accidents. While many wild animals have come out in the open space and roam around freely, on and around the highways. Once lockdown is lifted, and now it's been lifted, these animals might be caught off guard and then suffer injury or even due to vehicle collisions, which will be very unfortunate. And I really do not want to see any video footage of that. So I'm very, very happy and moved to see that the ministry and UNDP are collaborating for the National Awareness Campaign launch on prevention of human animal mortality on highways. This is a much needed initiative and to sensitize commercial and private drivers and transport and freight companies in safe driving and sharing the space with our fellow creatures. While we cannot deny that the expansion of highways and road networks has been the central to India's growth and story connecting every corner of the country, we have lost many human and animal lives in road accidents. In 2018 alone, there were nearly 6,000 vehicle to animal collisions involving many rare, endangered, and threatened species of wildlife. In fact, highways, with only 5% of the total road area, accounts for 55% of those accidents. With this campaign, we hope that we'll be able to resolve this unfortunate issue as we slowly move back to new normal. The pandemic once again that the most precious thing we have is this life, ours and of everyone around us. We can only create a better future if we learn to care for each other, and this campaign is really excellent start to that journey. I cannot end my speech once again without thanking our Honorable Minister for leading this campaign. I would like to assure you of UNDP's and my personal continued commitment and support to the Ministry of Road and Transport and Highways for creating a safer and more sustainable road infrastructure for both human as well as animal lives. So once again, thank you very much, and let's kick off the campaign.
As one long-term vision through this campaign and try to link this whole campaign with the global issues of sustainable development goals, wildlife conservation, and biodiversity vision of 5 so, certainly we have to go a long way in this matter, and I hope and I wish them best to take it forward in a sustainable manner to achieve our goal. And I also, before I invite Honorable Minister for his keynote address, I take this opportunity to share one point which has been his brainchild and has been close to his heart, that green highways. So green highways has tremendous potential towards post-corona crisis mitigation measures. In terms of three solutions, I call them like employment. Employment is livelihoods, entrepreneurship is jobs, and enterprise and businesses. So I'll request. He's already working on that. So I look at green highways. As a post-corona crisis management solution. And now, before I request the legendary Honorable Minister, and I'll, if anybody from NHI, NHIDCL or more wants to share some thoughts, some ideas, so he can do it at this stage, because post keynote address, this as a customary, as a protocol, we don't have any talk post keynote address. So if anybody from NHI, NHIDCL or more has any officer has any point to share at this point, so he's welcome. Okay, so I'll request the Honorable Minister for his keynote address. As I already mentioned that he is a visionary person and he has lots of ideas. And of the subjects.
Okay. शुरू करो. Can I start? You are listening me? You are listening me? आवाज नहीं जा रहा. Mr. Bhattacharya and dear friends, first of all, I am giving my all best wishes for World Environment Day. It is very important for the society that we need to protect our ecology and environment. There are important three pillars of our country. One is ethics, economy, ecology and environment. And ecology and environment is very important. And at the same time, when we are talking about the ecology and environment, we have to think about the society by and large, about how we can maintain the sustainability. Without ecology and environment, we cannot make sustainability. And that is one of the reasons that it is the most important subject for the humankind. And today also the important day that Ministry of Road Transport and Highways and United Nations Development Program coordinately launching of National Awareness Campaign on prevention of human and animal mortality on highways. This is also very important, particularly as far as the world records. In Indian situation, we are very embarrassing position. Every year we have 5 lakhs accidents and 1,50,000 deaths. But now we have taken a lot of preventive measures, and by which I am sure that the end of March of this year, 100% we will going to reduce the death and accident by 25 to 30%. The Tamil Nadu government, with the cooperation of World Bank, successfully implemented the program, and today they are saving 25% life of the people, and also they reduce accidents by 25 to 30%. The whole country, we need this approach, and this is a subject in a concurrent list. We need equally cooperation from the state government for this important program where we are going for that. As far as the animal mortality is concerned, it is also a very serious subject. But already the Ministry of Road Transport has taken a lot of decisions where we are making this infrastructure in a way where we are saving the life of the particularly the animals which are very important for the country. We are spending too much amount for saving. I remember from one of the important road from Nagpur, Jabalpur, in the forest was there, and we are making special viaducts for underpass for tigers. We are spending 1300 crore on that. We have now tonnage, lot of tunnel we are making now, and particularly in the forest area, we are definitely considering that how we can save the life of the animals particularly, and also we are realignment of bypass which are going through directly to the forest. In place of that, we are finding out some new way out for that. Already we have taken decision in road engineering that how we can make underpass for the convenience of animals, particularly in the forest area. When they want to cross the road, on the road there are a lot of problems and there is a possibility of accidents, and that is the reason that we are making underpasses. and elevated corridors. Even in Dehradun, Haridwar, Char Dham, everywhere we are taking preventive measures for that. The 9 number of structures in Nagpur MP border, which already I give the reference of that, for only for tiger, we have constructed. 4 underpass including elevated corridor in MP MH border to Sivni, section NS7 under construction. Lomding elephant reserves of NH24 also we are taking preventive measures there. And national highway under jurisdiction of NHI design and under construction almost all the forest patches in the state of Orissa. The large number of site and species specific underpass in most of the alignment falls in forest and protected area in the entire country. So we are very much punctual about it. We are now making of eco duct in Balchera Haranjo section and Jamuna Nagar Panchakula section. Viaducts in Kota Dara section and in Delhi Vadodara Expressway falls in flat plain of Chambar National Park. We are also taking the lot of measure there. So the Ranthambore Tiger Reserves on Delhi Vadodara Express Highway falls. We are making cut and cover there. At the same time, stray animals mitigation measures also we are taking. Human mortality mitigation measures are already there. But it is the time for the country that we should think about animals also. We need to create awareness in the mind of the people. For the road accident, we are now identifying black spots. What my suggestion is, for particularly the NGOs and social workers, those who are specially working on this wildlife field, if they can find out the black spot for animal accidents, particularly by your identification, if some spots are there, kindly inform to our ministry. We will find out the way out. I really appreciate that the awareness in the mind of the people is now increased, and that is very important. For ecology and environment, both the thing, I am now working priority basis on the particular the changing of fuel. We want to use ethanol, methanol, biodiesel, bio-CNG and electric. Because of diesel, we are now facing lot of problem related with our pollution. So water pollution and air pollution is a big concern. Today we are facing the problem of coronavirus, and that is one of the reason is also there is that we have reduced the number of accidents because of lockdown. And also the environment point of view, the water pollution and air pollution is now compared with the previous track record, it is less. But we need to maintain it for future, because our ecology and environment is very, very important for the society and for the country. We have to save the life of the people, we have to save the life of the animals also. And that is the reason that to create awareness in the mind of the people, it's very important. I am giving my special thanks to United Nations Development Program to creating national awareness campaign on prevention of human and animal mortality on highways. We need education of masses. We can even educate the small children and students by cartoon films, by some propaganda and positivity in it, by which we can change their mind setup. This is very important. The most important thing in the education, particularly even after 5th standard, we need to have some good lessons by which we can give appropriate vision to our students who are the citizen of future, citizen of our country. So it is very important that how we can educate the people. And the role of media is very important. I know that the NDTV is constantly campaigning the movement Save Tiger. and create lot of awareness in the mind of the people. In the same way, by using our media relationship, it is the time for the country that how we can issue documentary film where we protect the life of the people, at the same time life of the animal is equally important. So the way in which we are creating awareness and educate the people, definitely the stage will come that we will achieve our goal. But presently we need more education of the masses by and large. To create awareness is very, very important. And for that reason we need to go up to the last level of the society to create the awareness in the mind of the people about the animals. I feel that we are taking lot of preventive measures on the road regarding the accidents. Even we will take more preventive measures about protecting our animals, our wildlife, which is very equally important. We are now planning for plantation of tree. Mr. Bhattacharya was with us. We need to change environment. For that reason, we need more plantation of tree. But somewhere our forest ministry and environment ministry, they need to change their attitude. On the national highway, when we plant the tree, the forest department declare it as a forest. So when there is an extension of road, when we need to increase the width of the road in our land side, we need lot of complicated permissions from the forest department. So because of that, now the road engineers are not interested to plant tree on the road because they feel that it is difficult to get the permission, and in future we have a planning of expansion, then it create a problem. So this is not the correct approach. Now I am suggesting the forest department that in satellite, you know the green area of every district, every state. If the state increase green area by 2%, allow them 1% for cutting for already for mines, for roads, for any important purposes where they need for that. That will create more awareness in the mind of the people to increase the green area. And we should make a very, very transparent policy for that, to encouraging the people. Now we have wasteland, a lot of crores of hectares of wasteland is available. We can use it for different purpose. Now we are importing paper pulp of 40,000 crore. We are importing wood of 45,000 crore. We are importing newsprint of 40,000 crore. In our own country we are importing. This is creating problem for our economy. But if we can give this area to the corporate people, the NGOs, the education institution, by which they can plant the tree and they can, after some time, they can sell that and again plant more tree. So if this circle is going to be in a continuous process, it is going to add positivity in our environment. But because of sometime, because of law, because of authorities, and because of negative attitude of the authorities, there is a lot of negativity in the mind of the people is not good. We have to protect ecology and environment, and we have to develop particularly the tribal area, particularly the people who are reside in the forest area. We need to make support for Ayurvedic medicines now, which have a huge demand in the world, by using our forest. We need to make forest-based industrial policy to create employment for the tribals and poor people. Now we are planning in direction to making of agro MSME, that is to for the agriculture area, rural, tribal and forest area, 115 aspirant districts where our per capita income and GDP income is very, very less. So by using the forest, we can create more employment potential. But at the same time, every time we need to increase the forest coverage. One side we will increase the forest coverage, and other side we will reduce our imports and create more employment potential and making of import substitutes like bio-aviation fuel. So really this approach for ecology and environment is very important. One side air pollution and water pollution is a big concern. So definitely we need to have giving more priority for ecology and environment. We need to create more employment potential in socially economically backward area, the tribal area, where the economic situation is very bad. And we need to maintain the equilibrium between the development and environment. At the same time, in New India, which the Prime Minister vision, we have to protect the life of the human being. At the same time, we have to protect the life of animals, equally important. And I am really giving my thanks to United Nations of Development for this reason, that they are going to create, they are starting this national awareness campaign on prevention of human and animal mortality on highways. It is really very important. I am giving my special thanks to you, and I am giving assurance to you and all of you that on national highway we will definitely give priority to protect the life of animals. At the same time, the state highways also, I will appeal to the state government that on the state highway they need to protect the life of the animals, equally important. Really, it is very important for society, and it is very important for human being, and at the same time for our wildlife also. So this is a very important thought. Education of masses, education of students, education of people, which is going to create awareness in the mind of the people, which is very important, and that is a big task and challenge. I will assure you, in this campaign we are all with you, and with the cooperation or with the taking from all the organization, NGOs, educational institutions, schools, colleges, at the same time state government departments, social organization, NGOs. We need to create more awareness in the mind of the people, and definitely for this cause our ministry will support you, and we will organize the program, and we will go to the people and convince them and change their mindset up for protecting life of human being. Equally important, the life of animal, wildlife is very equally important, and this message will try to penetrate in the different part of the society and different stakeholders. I am giving my all best wishes to this program. Thank you, Mr. Bhattacharya. Thank you, Honorable Lady representing United Nations, and also my best wishes to all NGOs, social organizations, education institutions, and all the stakeholders who are doing this campaign in a mission mode for saving of life of the animals and the human being. It's a great thought. My all best wishes is always with you, and our government and ministry will fully support you. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you very much, sir. As usual, it was wonderful. And I'm sure that with your dynamic leadership and your commitment, we'll be able to achieve this perfect synergy between the road construction and the environmental amelioration, the inclusive growth, the wildlife conservation, and the human life. I'm sure would submit, sir, that you have already said that some advisory from the ministry could be circulated to the field officers so as to they implement this whole campaign effectively and in a successful manner, and we'll also try if the scope of this whole campaign can be widened to include the greening also, which is also a safety measure with respect to the accidents. So I thank you could make it
Thank you.
possible to come for this event and launch this event. And I also thank our other participants, especially Mr. Sanket Vandwe. He has been very active to facilitate, and then Mr. Vaibhav Dange and Kamlesh, and of course, in absence, indirectly, the chairman and the secretary of the chairman NHI and secretary of the MORTH, and also I have been requested to extend thanks of art, design, and technology. And I especially thank Ruchi, Parth, and Shoko Noda, and the entire team of UNDP and the Morth to make it possible. And now let's take it forward in a more fruitful manner, achieve the goal of sustainable development. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Get this.